And we're live.
Go. And we're on live now. Good morning, everybody.
Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, San Antonio and the surrounding areas. You know who you are. And in case you don't,
London, Japan, and Poutine.
Yes.
Yep,
Margaret,
it's been a whole year.
It's Margaret Sandoval Monday, everybody. And, she is the one to beat. She beat us here. No, I'm just kidding. We beat her here.
I never beat you here.
She is, did you have a great weekend?
I did. Yeah, I did. Gosh, you know when you don't remember?
That was a trick question, right?
Yeah, like I don't remember.
She's like, I don't even know if it was good or not, but
I know it was good. But you know what? This Monday is going to be a fantastic day.
We have a packed house.
And Mi Familia, we've got some great guests for you guys.
Yeah, we're at Mi Familia at the Rim, guys. So if you want to be part of our live audience, come on down here. We'll be here for the next hour. They got, again, there have been a big, huge thank you to Mi Familia for allowing us to do this here. And again, we had an awesome show last Wednesday right here in this mariachi bar. I was telling Mr. Cortez a little while ago that, man, it's like when it was raining, I mean, people came out for Priscilla's event.
No, it was a storm.
Moonstruck.
Let me tell you.
I mean, people came out anyway. I was very pleased. I was very glad. And I was telling Mr. Cortez, again, for all you nonprofits out there, if you want to put a show on this mariachi bar, we're actually, we're really putting these shows together, and we do it once a month, but we love to do it more than that just to help them out, and bring some business their way. If you have never been out here, you're missing out, guys. The food is phenomenal, which, by the way, I'm going to have you handle the money shot because I'm fasting today. So.
Oh, that's so good, Cleto.
Well, I mean.
Fasting.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, we got to talk about that.
So, I am fasting today. And,
so what made you decide to fast?
Well, I needed some prayers for some stuff. And, I'm trying to, there's some things that, God's reaching, when the Spirit speaks to you, gotta.
Wait a minute, is this a religious fast?
Yes, it's a religious fast. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was.
So it's more on the personal side. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't mean to pry.
No, you're good. I mean, it's like, normally you don't say it, but I was like,
well,
in case you're wondering why I'm not eating, that's why.
No, well, I fast for like physical reasons.
Oh yeah.
I'll do intermittent fasting.
Oh yeah.
What is your fast?
It's I'm not eating till 9.
PM?
PM, yeah.
What was your last meal?
Last night at 9.
24-hour fast.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my goodness. I've done one 24-hour
it's interesting because I made these meals. I make because the kidneys and stuff. So I had to make this meal, and it's like with white rice, chicken breasts, chicken tenders. I cut them all up, and I have corn and like rotel. And this is a little dish that I concocted.
Like Mexicorn?
Yeah, not so much Mexican, but it's just regular corn, but it's like no salt. So, but I have the rotel to kick in the little spice. So you kind of be creative with this stuff.
Have salt?
It has a little bit, but it's
low sodium?
I'm the low sodium.
Okay.
So I'm low sodium. So I had this meal that I made like 7 or 8 meals of these, and then I thought it was spaghetti. Like a healthy, smart spaghetti, but I got the fettuccine bag, so I have fettuccine instead of spaghetti. But
what difference does it make? It's pasta.
Same thing, pasta. Yeah, it's a little bit.
Is the calorie count lower?
No,
spaghetti?
I mean, you can have any kind of pasta when you're on this low sodium diet. You just can't have the sodium, but the healthy, smart, spaghetti sauce really helps you out a little bit. But I grabbed, because of my vision, I thought I grabbed the spaghetti bag, and it was the fettuccine bag. And I didn't think about it. So I went to, when I found out it was fettuccine, when I went to taste it, like see if it's good or not, I'm like.
Oh. And the cook time's different. So was it undercooked?
Yeah, no, it was, I had to leave it on there a little longer than supposedly, but it was good. So anywho, I So I made these meals, and so that's where I've been. That was the last meal I had, on top of like a little bit of sugar-free cookies that I had as my dessert. So you know, anyhow, but that's where I was
That all
at.
sounds real, real sad.
It's all meal prepping.
On the other hand, I did actually.
So I did all day Saturday.
So yesterday, I ended up going shopping. I had my catechism class, and then I ended up. I was like, you know what? I need some new clothes. So I went. I bought this little number, this little top.
Oh, nice.
And so I went shopping. I went to La Cantera, and then I treated myself to Cheesecake Factory at the end.
Oh, yes.
And I just sat in the little bar area. I didn't drink. I had tea, and I had a little feast all by myself. And then
What'd you get? The shepherd's pie?
No, I got the chicken Madeira or something. It was really good.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot better than my meal.
Well, I only ate half.
Oh, okay.
And they were out of white bread, which was a bummer. But it was better for me because then I didn't eat the bread.
The other day, my wife, for my son's birthday, he turned 18, Samuel. He turned 18, and she made homemade lasagna. And she loves French bread. And she got some French bread from H-E-B. You know, you put it in the oven, a little butter on it. Oh, man. Sauce. It was great. It was good.
That's carbs and salt.
Oh, that day I was off. I was off my rocker on that day, but I had to get back on track. So, but it was his birthday, so that was a one-time deal. Anywho, but so what interesting thing did you do besides shop for yourself?
That's about it.
That's it.
Yeah, I did Saturday. I took Lily to the movies.
What'd you see?
I went to the movies. So her and her friend saw The Lady in the Yard.
What's that?
I know.
What's
well,
that?
it had been such a while. I don't know if you guys keep up with movies, but when I look for movies over and over, and there's nothing, because it was kind of like, I guess, break time, and it was a bunch of kid movies, and then I just lost interest in searching. But recently, I was like, it's been a long time since I've been to the movies. And so, anyway.
You go to City Base?
No.
Okay.
Because I'm in Alamo Ranch.
Oh, that's right. You live out that way.
Yeah. So we went to Casablanca, and she saw Lady in, and then I was like, she was on a little like
Lady in the Yard.
Date.
That just sounds funny.
Yeah, it's a creepy movie. And so she was on a little teenage date. So I was like, I'll go see something else. So I went by myself. I had a lot of alone time this weekend.
Okay.
I went by myself, and I went to see The Monkey Movie. It's a Stephen King movie.
That's right. You like the scary ones.
Well, okay, and I'll tell you something else. You know that whole saying when you were little, like, don't watch it because it's going to give you nightmares? And you know, I never took that to heart. I was like, whatever, like, that's silly. That's a silly thought. But as an adult, I have nightmares.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they translate. Those scary movies translate. Yeah. And I had a tough night last night with nightmares.
You're like,
yeah, I didn't go to the gym this morning because I kept waking up.
Nah.
You know how you force yourself to wake up? I'm not going to bore everybody with my dreams because I'm not that person. But I know you want to share a dream now.
My dream with Eva Longoria was not boring. It was exciting to me.
For him.
Okay, go ahead.
No, so I had some nightmares. And I won't share them. But
I'm curious what your dream is now.
No, it was really bad. It's really bad.
I have weird dreams, though. I have weird dreams. Like, one minute I'm at, like, a pick and pull, and the next minute I'm at a yard sale. I'm like real weird. That's
not scary. Like, that
I know it's not scary, but just weird
that
dreams.
Wouldn't wake me up.
Yeah, no, I don't. No. But now I did have a weird dream the other night that woke me up. But anyway, I don't want to bore anybody.
Oh, and I had a garage sale. By the way, good. I had an action-packed weekend. We had a community garage sale.
Yeah, this all came around now.
Anyway, that was boring. But yeah, we sold a lot of stuff.
Well, you had a picture with some girls. Where'd you go out? I mean, you went to some party or some.
Oh, that was what was that?
That's a good night. That's what that was.
April, she just got her loan officer license.
Oh, okay.
And so we were celebrating and supporting her new adventure, right? And so they hosted a wine situation. So we did that. That was last week. And then I did go out with Vanessa. We ended up having a little drink the other Friday night. So anyway, Anyway, so yeah. So anyway,
Real quick, you mentioned movies, and I was like, I have a thing where I like reruns, I like leftovers, I like all kinds of stuff. Like I've seen it
you
done.
like leftovers?
I do. I love leftovers.
Oh, I'm not a
Especially if I
leftover
like the meal. I love leftovers.
person.
Uh, I watched this movie that I hadn't seen in a while. Have you ever seen that movie, Shall We Dance, with Richard Gere and Jennifer Lopez and Susan Sarandon,
I believe so.
where he
What's the premise?
is like not happy with his life. Richard Gere's not happy with his life, and he's on a train, and he sees up there's this woman at the window. She looks sad, and she looks like he feels. And
Is it J-Lo?
yes,
Okay.
and she's a dance instructor, so he learns how to dance and ballroom dance and all this stuff. And well, there's this part in this scene. I don't know if you've seen this movie, Shall We Dance? I started watching this movie the other day, and there's this part in the movie where Richard Gere is going to be competing in this ballroom dance. He didn't tell his wife he's doing this, but it brings
He's
him
married?
joy. He's married, yeah.
What is he doing?
No, because he's not happy in his life. He's trying to find joy in his life. And this dancing, it's another life.
Oh, so he's not like attracted
He's not
to her.
Well, he is, but he's not. He is, but he's not. Okay.
Me not judging.
Yeah. He is, but he's not. But because he loves his wife, but he's just not happy in the relationship.
Okay.
It's in the everyday.
So do they villainize her?
No. They don't.
It's just like a dead.
Like she's just it's just run its course. He's looking for something to jumpstart it. He's looking for
a midlife crisis.
No, not like a midlife. Like he misses being in love, basically. And here she is. She's there at the window. He winds up going to see who she is, and he's like he gets into these dance classes. He meets a couple other dudes there, and then he has friends now. And it's like kind of like this show, It's like this show a little bit, It's like we come here, and this is like a getaway from everything else, but at the same time, it's fun and that kind of thing.
Yes.
So there's this part in the movie where she tells him, because he's nervous about the competition the next day, and she says, "Give me 1 hour, and that's it." So here's J-Lo telling Richard Gere, "Give me 1 hour," and they're dancing in the dark. And she's like, "Don't move until you feel the rhythm." And I'm like, girl, I don't know why I felt like she was talking to me. And there is no way Richard Gere's all, he's doing his own moves. Like all of a sudden the dude can dance. Like she has a way of making you dance. And when she told me, she didn't tell me, but she told him, she said, I thought she was talking to me. She was like, "Just have your way. Don't move until you feel it." I'm like,
you're saying it so passionately.
You're
inspired.
I started dancing right there. I started dancing right there.
With the recliner.
Okay. So I started thinking to myself, I said, okay, fine. No problem. You're not talking to me. But when my wife came in, I just took her and said, "Let's dance."
Aww.
I feel like dancing. She goes, "I'm going to bed." I'm like, "Oh, okay." No need to spit in my face. So anyway, let's do a roll call and see who's on here with us.
Okay. Oh, great. Okay, I've got a lot of notices. Michael Flores is watching.
Michael Flores, where you at, my friend?
My friends. Yes, Michael, where are you? He says, "Welcome to the club." Anna Sandoval, my little sister, my big sister. She says, "Good morning. Happy Mi Familia Monday." Maite is watching. She says, "Good morning. Have a great Monday." Have a great Monday, Maite. She is moving. She's making some moves. She's wrapping a movie right now.
Maite's awesome.
I know. We would love to have her on.
Absolutely.
Whenever
I think this summer we're going to probably see a little more of Maite, because she's out of school.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so she's got a job. That girl.
Yeah.
She's got a job.
Rory's World. Rory's on. She says, "Good morning, my beautiful friends. Good morning,
Good morning, Rory."
Michael Flores says, "No salt."
No salt, no sugar.
No sugar, Porfirio.
That's right.
My son works at Cheesecake Factory at La Cantera. Oh, what does he do? I would have loved to say hi. Valerie says, "Good morning, everyone."
Good morning, Valerie.
Rory says, we're at the hip store. Brian's getting a new hip. The hip store.
It's so funny because I just saw Brian right now on TV.
On TV?
Nah, I saw Drew Carey as some Prices Right.
Oh.
And that's he
looks
so much like Brian. Oh, Brian looks so much like Drew Carey.
Yeah. Michael Flores says, Valerie Sanchez says, good morning. Sorry, I might have already said that. No, I didn't. Good morning, Valerie.
Good morning, Valerie.
Michael Flores says, The Lady in the Yard is a psychological thriller. We watched it at Casablanca also. Oh, cool. I didn't get to see that one because I left them alone. But I did go to see the other one. Annette Flores says, good morning. Good morning, Annette.
Good morning, Annette.
Anna Sandoval says, where are you? Are you joining us? Oh, I think she's talking to somebody else. Valerie Sanchez says, you had a busy weekend. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, busy weekends are good, right? Except I slept in today. Annette Flores says, great scene that you're referring to. Yep. Maite says, oh no, Annette Flores says hi to Maite. Christopher Herring says, good morning, family. Hope your day is blessed. Hope your day is blessed as well.
And again, if you're paying close attention to the mayoral race, we have another candidate on the show a little after the commercial break. So
we've got some pressing questions.
Mayoral candidate, that's right.
Yeah.
So.
And if you have any questions, stay tuned so you can have those answered as well. And please add them to the chat so we can relay them. Melissa Gonzalez says, good morning from the Royals.
That's right. Exciting. And we have some royalty in the house. Don't go anywhere.
We got some crowns coming up. Maita says, you'll see, yes, you'll see more this summer. There's no summer school this year. Oh, good for you.
Oh, yes.
Good for you. How many roles does that woman have?
Oh, no. She's busy.
Incredible. She's busy. Gary Garza, second, says, good morning, San Antonio. Let's bring on Riverwalk royalty. Woo-hoo.
We'll have a little bit of it.
Maxine's watching. Good
Hello,
morning, Maxine. She says, good morning. Was gone last week, but I'm back today. Good to see y'all. Where were you?
She's Seoul, Korea.
I know. She probably went on vacation somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Love to hear all about it.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. And then when we come back, we're going to have our mayoral candidate, and you don't want to miss it, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's that time of year again. Time to review, enroll, and ask questions about your health insurance. AHIA is here to help you navigate all your options stress-free.
Look, I'm no insurance expert, but I do know one thing. If you're calling your cousin Chewy for insurance advice, you're doing it all wrong.
AHIA is dedicated to serving San Antonio with personalized care. Contact them. Local service, real people, trusted expertise.
AHIA, it's about family.
Hey, if you're looking for a house and you're looking to get out of your house, we have the right person for you. Margaret Sandoval, our very own realtor. You want to give her a call. She works very, very hard to go ahead and find you the best deal you want. That you're looking for economy, if you're looking for, space, if you're looking for just a place of your own that you can just make brand new memories in, she's got you covered. All you have to do is give her a call. She will work day and night to make sure that you are satisfied with your purchase. Not only that, but do it at a highest standard, meaning finding you the most economical house and get you that's on the market today and get you the best deal. So give Margaret Sandoval a call today. She's waiting by the phone. Thanks. And we're back, everybody. We're here at Mi Familia at the Rim. Some of the most delicious food you're ever going to have in your life. So make sure to come on out and try them out. If you can't make it out here today, make it out sometime this week. They're open this weekend. They got an awesome brunch, by the way. I don't know if you ever had their brunch, but man, it is that buffet.
If you have ever been privileged enough to have this brunch,
yeah, it's so good.
My goodness, come hungry.
Come hungry. That's all I'm saying.
You know what would be perfect for your end of your fast?
Yes,
brunch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't beat it. Well, guys, like I said, we've been having a lot of mayoral candidates come on and share their viewpoints and what they want to do for the city of San Antonio. And we are blessed again to have another candidate here, and we're here without further ado. We've been promoting him this weekend, so please welcome Clayton Perry, everybody. Clayton, come on in here.
Mayoral
Clayton Perry, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great.
Come on in.
Hi.
I'm a hugger.
So I do.
Yeah, you got the right person right there.
I love
And,
that. I love that.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be here, man. I tell you what, it's such beautiful weather out there. I have been wearing a black fedora, a felt fedora, but it is getting too hot already. So I switched my.
Yeah, the straw. Yeah, you gotta go straw.
Appropriate.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, let me ask you. Well, I've been asking every candidate that's come on
I'm gonna
here.
clip you real quick.
One of the first things is, what made you want to become mayor of San Antonio?
Well, I served 3 terms, 6 years on city council, and I really enjoyed it. And I did a lot of good things for the city and for my district, District 10, the northeast part of town. And I've missed it. I've really missed it. And people were coming to me saying, Clayton, this is going to be an open seat this next election. Why don't you think about running for mayor? And so I thought about it and did a lot of praying about it. And here I am. I'm running, and I'm in it to win it.
Good deal. Good deal. Awesome.
Yeah.
And we've been kind of like a lot of candidates have been coming on so far. We've had a few come on and just again sharing their viewpoints. Let people know what is it, something about you that they don't know, and tell them about yourself.
Yeah, well, I was born and raised here in Texas, a little town called Giddings.
I know Giddings.
Giddings?
Yeah, Giddings,
Okay,
little farming
okay.
community. And then I went to A&M. Yes, I'm an Aggie, and I was in the Corps of Cadets as part of the Fighting Texas Aggie Band. So
nice.
that was great, performing at half times for those 4 years. So I really had cherished those times. And then I went into the Air Force as a civil engineer for 21 years and retired as a lieutenant colonel.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your services.
I appreciate
Really?
that. I appreciate that. Yes.
You have done so much.
And then I retired from the Air Force, and I went on to work for another 13 years in the engineering and construction firm, a large one, and was a vice president, and really enjoyed that time because I got to travel all over the world during that period of time. It kind of broadened my culture, if you will, about other parts of the world. But I started here. I got here in 1991 in San Antonio, and that's why I love this place. I've been here. This is home. A lot of people don't know that when I got here in 1991, I was newly divorced, and my ex stayed in Germany because we were there for 5 years. She stayed in Germany, and I brought 3 little kids to Texas with me, to San Antonio. They were all in elementary school, and my life's greatest achievement was not all this other stuff, but raising 3 kids on my own, getting them through college, and they're all successful. And now I have 5 little grandkids. So that is my life's crowning achievement. So a lot of people don't know that.
That's awesome.
When I got here in 1991, I started with my HOA and was elected to the board and then the president. And then I got involved in the Northeast Neighborhood Alliance and served on a number of different city boards and commissions. And so I started at the grassroots level and learned about this city and went all over this city. And that set me up for running for city council. And that's what I did. And now it's time to use the leadership, I say common sense leadership and experience in running for mayor. So that's where I am today. And, I'm really enjoying this. I miss it. And I know I can lead the city in a better direction than what we're going.
I've a lot of circles, a lot of candidates have come about. And like I said this before last week, I said, to me, anybody that's coming on board is already a winner that's willing to change the city. So
absolutely.
That's why I see everybody stepping up like that. Like Margaret wanted to do it, and I told Margaret, relax. And
only costs $100.
Yeah.
It's only $100.
Only $100.
That's
right.
That's right. Race. Okay, I like
so I've asked everybody this question so far, and I want to see what your take is on it. Project Marvel. I mean, what is it? How do you view? What's your viewpoints on that?
Well, when I first saw the pictures, I said, "Wow, look at these pictures! They're beautiful downtown, and a lot of lights and glitz and all that stuff. It would be a great addition to downtown." But how are we going to pay for it? That's always the question. Where's the money going to come from? And I've already said that I am not for using taxpayer dollars to put on this, to get more debt on hand. We're already right at $18 billion in debt, and we don't need to add to that. the highest debt per capita, here in Texas. And so I've looked at it and I said, well, if there's a way that it can be built without using taxpayer dollars, some other kind of venue taxes or whatever, I'm all for it, but not for using.
Let's get some sponsors. Like a team
exactly,
saying, let's get some sponsors.
Exactly. So that's my take on it. I think it'd be a great addition for downtown. A lot of other questions out there, though. What are you going to do with the Frost Center now? What's going to happen to that? There's all kind of speculation. But bottom line is they have not come out saying, okay, this is how we're going to pay for that. And that's my concern is, you can have all the best plans in the world, but it all takes money. And it doesn't grow on trees here. Although sometimes you would think it does grow on trees by the way we spend it here in San Antonio. But no, I am not for that.
Well, I do remember when we built the Alamo Dome.
Yes.
And they increased the taxes by 0.25% during the building process.
Right.
And then I was like, they're not going to reduce it after, but they did. They went back to I think it was 7.75% back then. Right. Which, and then you think about, well, what happens after the fact? Where do the funds, the proceeds, whenever they have an event, or where does that money go? It's a lot of. There's so many questions, but
there are. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. It has not all been laid out in a transparent manner for the citizens here, and that is crucial. If you're going to be asking them to pay for something, you got to tell them the whole deal. What's the return on investment for San Antonio, and what are we going to get out of the deal? Right now, in the Frost Center, the Spurs get all the proceeds from everything. The county really doesn't get anything from that.
That was my question.
And for me to support something, we got to get something out of the deal. We have to get a return on investment if we're going to be putting tax dollars into it. But right now, I don't support the tax dollars.
Okay. And again, if you have a question, really quick, Margaret, if you have a question, make sure to go ahead and put it in our comments here. For Clayton Perry, who's running for this beautiful city of San Antonio, and he's part of the mayoral candidate race. There's 27. We were talking off camera. That's a lot.
That's a lot. I tell you, it's almost like we're a joke here in San Antonio, which is unfortunate because having that many candidates really puts the voter on a spot. Who do I choose? Well, the only way you can learn is going to their website, if they have a website, to learn about them and what their policies would be and what direction they would point the city. So not all of them attend these candidate forums that are going on all over the place. So it's really hard to learn about all the different candidates.
And that's exactly right, because some people were concerned about, not being able to hear a lot of the candidates because they're refusing to go to these forums and stuff.
Well, I think that it benefits the people who do attend because
I think so
absolutely.
You learn to trust, know them, get familiar with them. So if you're attending, that's great. Absolutely. You have also been a little vocal about asking Rolando Pablo to step down, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a specific reason why?
Well, I looked at that UTSA poll, which I was the highest polling conservative. Not the highest polling overall, but the highest polling conservative. And I said, hey, in order for us as conservatives to win this mayoral seat, we need to all back one candidate instead of fracturing it all with all the different candidates out there. So I said, hey, look, he was polling less than 1%. I said, come on, Rolando, let's get together. Come support me and let's win this thing. Let's get a conservative that looks at things through a conservative, fiscal conservative eye, and spending our money wisely and has some common sense leadership. So that's why I did that. Absolutely.
Understand.
Did he have, was there any questions on the?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So we have, see if people are.
And I want to let people know.
Yeah, please.
I wear a fedora most all the time. And people said, is he bald or something? Does he not have hair? Let me tell you. I do have hair. I do have hair, and it's gray, but I still have it. My dad had hair until he passed along, and I'm hoping to have my hair for a lot longer.
Well, now I'm glad you brought that up because I wear hats because I don't have hair. I don't have hair.
There you go.
That's why I wear the hat. And my wife told me I went bald, and she was like, "You're gonna wear a hat, right?" Like every time we go out somewhere. So now you always see me with a hat. That's the reason why.
Yeah. Well,
was there any? I'm sorry.
Okay, so Gina Francis says San Antonio's a melting pot. Good morning, everyone. Valerie Sanchez says, good luck on the campaign.
Thank you.
And Gina Francis says, he's got my vote for me.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much.
I
appreciate it.
And this is the thing. When you come on this show, I mean, not only do we make stars, but it's downhill from here. I mean, it really is. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, it's like the podcast now is pretty much the radio and television of, the supporters. And they're the viewers. They're the real people. They're the ones that vote. And one of the things I wanted to ask you was,
sure.
So I was mentioning this to one of the candidates last week about the homeless situation. This is something that I really think, I tour all over the country and I see, what the cities would look like. I was doing a gig in Seattle, and I mean, I don't think anything beats that. Maybe not even LA at the time, but that I went. But I know San Antonio is becoming, it's getting up there. And I know even though we have establishments like Haven for Hope, but what is your take or what is your view on helping the homeless here to clean up our city?
Well, people don't realize that today we're spending in both direct and indirect funds about $100 million. $100 million a year for about 3,000 people. Now, does that make sense? No. It does not make any sense to me. And so we need to restructure and get rid of this middle management and level these organizations out, and instead of everybody, all these stovepipes all doing the same thing with the same bureaucracies that chew up a lot of this money before it even gets out there. And I can tell you that our homeless population is growing. And why is that? Well, I think part of it is because we're enabling here in San Antonio. Austin learned their lesson. They changed their ordinances to keep them off the streets and that kind of thing. And that we need to look at these cities that have come up with the right ideas to help with the homelessness here in San Antonio. Now, not everybody is able to use those resources, and those are the ones that need help, that really need help and want help. Those are the ones that we really need to concentrate on and help them. There's a lot of them out there that don't want the help. No matter what you do, no matter what you give them, they're going to stay out in the community, on the sidewalks, in the creekways and that kind of thing, which is unfortunate, but we can't force them to do something. That's the unfortunate part about it. But I think that there's ways to streamline these organizations and better use that money that we're using today in getting the help to those that really want the help and need the help. And our population has grown. We're now the second most homelessness in the state of Texas. We overtook Austin. And it's unfortunate. We need to get this enabling issue off the table and get the help to where it really is needed and wanted out there.
Okay. The other thing I was going to go to, another question.
I'm going to read through it while you continue.
Yeah. So I had one of the things that, a lot of these forums you have, and I mean, a lot of the one thing, I mean, it's like one thing I met you years ago when I was with the news, and I got a chance to, I meet a lot of these candidates that are, I mean, I actually have relationships with a few of them, and it's something that I was blessed with. And I get a chance to, it's like, for a lot of people, they come up and they'll ask me privately, how is this person real like that? And they're really down to earth, some of the sweetest people. It's just that politics itself is a whole different bag.
Oh man, you got that right. You got that right. And it's, at points it is discouraging because let me tell you, I think most everybody is really good-hearted. They're looking in the right direction and wanting the right things for San Antonio. But I tell you what, there's some mean people out there too. And they become very brave when it comes like to Facebook and all these social media areas, and they can basically say whatever they want to without knowing the individual and doing the research, that kind of thing. So that is discouraging. And the politics nowadays is very, very, they're 180 out from each other. And the good thing about that is that here in San Antonio, this city politics is nonpartisan. You're not going to see Republicans versus Democrats. It's nonpartisan. But having said that, you can tell who's on the liberal side versus who's on the conservative side. And I always like to point myself, which I was called that when I was on council, I was called the fiscal hawk, the only one up there with any common sense. Yeah. And my thing is, what do people expect in return for their tax dollars? What are they getting in return? And so I ask that question all the time while I was on council. What's the return on investment using those tax dollars? Are the people that are paying these taxes, are they getting what they want? And in a lot of cases it wasn't. And that's what I'm for, is to make sure that we're spending the money in the right areas that San Antonio really needs, like our crime situation here in San Antonio. That's what everybody talks about. We need more policemen. We're 300 short. Why is it taking us 5 years to fund all of those policemen? We should fund that on year one, get them on the street, and be proactive, get more patrols in the neighborhoods, that kind of thing. And we're not there yet. And we need to fill those vacancies and get them on board and get them into the neighborhoods where people can see, and the bad guys can see that also, that, hey, we're serious. We're meaning business, and we want to protect our citizens and make them feel safe walking down their sidewalks in their neighborhoods. So that's my number one priority.
The one thing I love about San Antonio is that it's a very forgiving city.
Yeah.
It's just like the United States. We're a very forgiving country.
Right.
And that's the one thing that I truly believe that is going to play a role here, because one of the things is that, people in this city back their mayor. They got to feel comfortable with you. And, I think if there's anything on your mind right now, in your heart, that you want to get out to our viewers, tell them, let them know right now.
Well, I can tell you, I had an incident, and I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but when it comes down to, I made some horrible mistakes in my life, and made a huge mistake when I was still on council. I made a bad decision, but I paid for it and more to get out of that situation. I did everything that was required of me, plus additional stuff that I don't talk a lot about, because I've been forgiven by God, my family, people from across San Antonio, and the outpouring of support and grace that has been given to me means the world to me. And that's what's kind of keeping me going. I don't have to do this. I can stay retired and having fun and going out and doing what I want to. But I love the city. I'm being compelled to run, and that's what's important to me. And so that's why I'm doing this. I don't have to do this, but I want to do it because I do love the city, and I want to see it pointing in a little bit different direction than what we've been going in, and use some of that fiscal responsibility in giving people what they really want. So I tell that story to let people know that, yes, we all make mistakes, but you have to focus on the future. There's redemption out there, and San Antonio is a very compassionate city, and it's been outpoured to me. And I love that, and that's what keeps me going on a daily basis. Because if you get hammered all the time without getting any kind of grace or redemption, you tend to give up. But I'm a fighter. I got thick skin. I learned a long time ago that you can't keep everybody happy. But I'm in this to win it, and I'm looking to the future. I'm not looking in the past. I'm looking to the future.
I applaud you for throwing your hat in the race, because that is so, it's like, we need a fighter in San Antonio. We need somebody that is not going to back down. We need somebody that's going to go ahead and say, this is what I intend to do, and this is what I want to do. Let your yay be yay and your nay be nay.
Right.
I think, for everybody so far, I applaud them. Like I
Yeah.
said, I applaud them for even throwing their hat in the ring, and this is pretty neat. And I've known you before, and it's like we're a very forgiving city. So
Yeah.
I again applaud you for throwing your hat in the ring.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate that. That means a lot. And I'm an open book. I'll talk to anybody about anything. Now, you might not always agree with me, which is fine. That's part of our system. And you run on your principles, and you hope that people will support you. And so far, I'm being very blessed with the support that I'm getting from across the city, and I'm really excited about this. This is a great opportunity, not only for me, but for the city of San Antonio to, like I said, work on those areas that we really need to.
Yeah. Well, is there any more questions?
Yeah.
There, Morgan?
Yes, Valerie has a question. Valerie Sanchez. She says, "What's your take on the ban bill, Senate Bill 3?"
The Senate Bill 3, the ban bill. That's the is that the gosh, CBD shops? Okay, yeah, I was getting it. I was getting that confused with the voucher. With the voucher, I think that's 2. So 3, yeah, I'm for that. I don't, and I've seen this in other large cities, and I've been to a lot of different large cities, like Denver, for example. That's a gateway to, in my opinion, a gateway to harder drugs and experimentation. If they're not getting their kicks and highs at this level, what's the next thing out there for them?
Yeah.
And so I am supporting that. We'll see. The city doesn't have anything to do with it. That's really up at the state level. But yes, I'm looking at that. Hopefully that will pass, and we'll see where it goes.
It's interesting you say that, because I've been trying to get Margaret off the gummies for a while, and
We'll
she
see now.
Yeah, there you go.
saves money on
Hitting
close to home now. Hitting close to home. There you go.
I didn't know about that bill, but I'm going to vote now. Okay. Now, the next question is this: can you see being the mayor of San Antonio without the Spurs?
Well, yes, absolutely. This city existed before the Spurs, and this city will exist if this threat of the Spurs moving. I'm not so sure that would ever happen. I mean, the majority holder is still here in San Antonio and have said the Spurs are going to stay here in San Antonio. So I'll keep them to their word.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how we support them here in San Antonio is really up to the voter, and how they're going to vote. If they're wanting to use taxpayer funds, it's going to be up to the voter to decide, okay, yes, we're willing to spend our tax dollars to build a new arena. Like I said, I've heard that there's threats out there. I haven't seen anything of the sort saying that the Spurs would move if they don't get a new arena downtown.
Okay, so that's somewhat of like just rumor or speculation?
Oh yeah, that's all it is at this point. Like I said, the Spurs have been adamant. The Holt family, that they are here in San Antonio, and that's where the Spurs will be staying.
Got time for one more question.
I love that. One more question. Michael Flores asks, what will be your policy to curbing all the violence going on in our city?
Well, I talked about that a little bit earlier. We need to hire those 300 additional officers that were, a study showed that we were 350 short. And today we haven't filled that, plus people are retiring and quitting the police force. Altogether, we're about 300 short. We need to make a concentrated effort to bring on additional police officers here in San Antonio. And oh, by the way, we have a police contract coming up this next year that I will be personally involved with to make sure that our policemen are duly compensated and make them proud to wear that uniform here in San Antonio, and attract additional officers to San Antonio to fill that void. Because if you're not patrolling and you're not being proactive, you're just reactive and you're responding to a crime. We need to be proactive and turn that around to where they're out there before that crime takes place, and they're deterring crime in the neighborhoods. That's what's important.
Great. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, there you have Clayton Perry right there. He's pretty much put it out there. He's going to be working really hard for you guys in San Antonio. And again, Clayton, thank you for taking the time.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very
And,
much.
quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right here. If you want the best movie experience, you have to go to City Based Cinema. It is my theater, and I want to invite each and every one of you to come on out. Not only they make you feel welcome, they treat you like family. Brad Smith and the crew really know how to do it right. If you want that state-of-the-art experience in a movie with the surround sound, you want to go to City Based Cinema. They got reclining chairs, right? I mean, you got a comfortable experience all the way through. Not to mention a full-on bar right when you walk in as you're waiting for your movie. They got TVs so you can see a game or two. Also, they have a concession stand that you do not want to miss. It's like no other. They have your regular popcorn, nachos, and candy, but they also have barbacoa and Big Red, not to mention Takis, pizza, and corn dogs. So you want to make sure to get your snacks before, and a comfortable recliner and the state-of-the-art sound system. You are set. City-based cinema. Don't go for your first-time experience. If you have never been there, go check it out. It's my theater, and now it's yours.
Oh, no, it's okay. And we're back.
And we're back.
We're doing the money shot now?
Yeah, we're doing.
Okay, we're doing the money shot. And let me tell you something. This morning, thank you. This morning, I woke up and I said to myself, I would love a salad.
You know what? And here you are.
And I got it. And I swear this is the first salad ever.
You ask and you shall receive.
Oh, and I'm on my own.
And you're on your own today.
I forgot.
So look at that.
I forgot. Oh my God. Are these traditional
so right
enchiladas then? Like
you got to take a good look at this money shot, everybody. We're here at Mi Familia at the Rim. If you've never been here, guys, you don't know what you're missing out on. The food is fantastic. I'm telling you, bring your spouse, bring your family, bring whoever you want. This is a great place to hold parties if you have one. Also, not only that, but they have entertainment.
Yeah,
they have some awesome comedy shows that are put together right here in the mariachi bar. So if you get a chance, check on that, as well as music. They have music coming up here. They have an all Spanish show also. So on Friday, yeah. So again, come on down. Porfirio will be here and his crew. It's going to be all in Spanish. It was a success last time. It's going to probably be another success this time. Every show we've had here has been great, phenomenal. You've been to them.
Absolutely. So I just want to highlight this salad real quick.
It's shrimp salad, right?
Shrimp. It has the most amazing house dressing.
Yes.
Kind of like a light Italian is what it might be. Italian. I'm not sure. But this shrimp is perfectly cooked.
The chefs go out of their way and to make the fajitas themselves are just marinated to a perfect. Every seasoning and every sauce.
The pork.
Oh yeah, forget it. The pork. I can't remember the dish that they named it, but my favorite one is the slow down there, breathe, Margaret, breathe, and. Man, I'm over here talking. All I hear is Mark.
I'm sorry. Don't mind me.
Anyway. So these are called jokes, folks. Let me just throw that out there. It's what I do. It's called jokes. Oh my gosh! We want sensitive class. Take that over there. That's another podcast.
What are you talking about?
It's in my ear. That's not very nice. That's not very nice for you to say that. This is what the jokes are. This is what it is.
Okay, check this out.
So this is
your classic enchilada plate. With refried beans.
Yeah.
Mexican rice.
So she's got the
queso.
The best gig
Let me tell you something.
We're in the process of trying to see how often we could go ahead.
Did you see that cheese? Did you see that? Did you see that?
Talk to me. What does it taste like?
Okay, hold on.
This is Margaret.
You are fasting. I feel so sorry.
No, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
I am so sad
I'm
for you.
good. Don't worry. I'm all right.
See y'all.
Hey, Clayton Perry, everybody. Clayton Perry saying goodbye. Thank you again, Clayton. Appreciate it. Clayton Perry, everybody. You be safe out there.
Perfect. The cheese. Sometimes when you get an enchilada and
hold on, let me take another drink so I can fill my stomach.
Is that sugar free? Okay, because that will break your fast if it has anything in it.
No, it's sugar free.
You know, sometimes like the tortilla isn't like softened enough and it feels like you're having to cut through
Yes.
it. That's not the case right here.
No.
This is
My mom used to make tortillas,
soft
and I tell you what, we used to block the. We couldn't afford caulk, so we had tortillas right there in the window. My mom's tortillas would go ahead and we would put it in the window so the wind would.
Are you joking?
No. My mom could not make tortillas.
So it was like a flour
Yes.
sealant.
So, while you're doing the money shot right there,
Yeah,
but I want
yeah,
to set
take it
up
away,
here because we have a awesome.
Oh wait, I want to
Yes.
be part of that.
We have a guest today. You know, I know. Yeah, I know. You like to eat there, Margaret.
Melissa's about to
Yeah,
come on, guys.
They got royalty in the house, and I don't want to take up too much time because just watching her eat. But you know, let's go ahead and kind of center it a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so
But I gotta tell you, come by and get
some of that was a cheese enchilada, right? Was it cheese enchilada? The cheese enchilada are phenomenal. I'm telling
and
you,
it has
they're great.
their carne sauce.
The carne sauce, yes. Now, without further ado, we actually had this person on here, Melissa, who was, she was running for Riverwalk Queen, and she is here. Come on in here. Princess. She is the princess.
So for you to wear loud.
Oh, look at that. Oh my God, look at that. Margaret.
Like, why haven't you been bowing to
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
But look at this woman.
Princesa.
Oh,
but you're already king. But
no.
here.
Well, let's bring your king in here. Come on in here, king. So you have Prince and King. Come on in here. Let's back this up a little
Were
bit.
you trying to busy me with food because we weren't going to fit?
No.
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah, come on in here. How you doing? Good. How you doing? Congratulations, by the way. And again, we are here with the Riverwalk Royalty. Melissa, introduce us to everybody here.
Sure. So, as everybody knows, this is Cleto.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Yeah, he was our
Nice to meet
jester
you.
at one time, but
That's right.
But Melissa Gonzalez, I am this year's Riverwalk Royalty Princesa, and along with we have Sam here, who is our Riverwalk King, and Julian, who is our Riverwalk Prince.
Awesome.
And we do have our other royalty out there. I'm pretty sure they're seeing they couldn't make it.
So who is the queen? Who won the contest?
The beautiful Carson.
Carson, that's right.
And
That's
guys,
right, Carson.
She's Spurs Jesus' wife,
Spurs
right?
Jesus' wife, right.
But now she's our queen. She's our queen.
Now she's got her own identity.
Yeah, I know. She's no longer like Spurs Jesus' wife.
Yeah, she like my wife. She gets really upset. That's Cleto's wife.
Oh no,
It's like I'm Lynette. And I'm like, okay.
Tell him, Carson.
Yeah,
she has this
yeah.
really cool medal. So go find her and her medal. I think she's holding a chicken on the stick, right? On the float. Yeah, she's all doing her thing and stuff. So it's adorable.
I remember my last medal I had when I was with the News, the Where's Cleto medal, was it had a chicken on a stick, but it had a Pepto-Bismol bottle on the other hand. That was my Fiesta medal.
That is Fiesta.
I was gonna put Zantac because that gave me heartburn.
Right.
But they put a Pepto-Bismol bottle, and I said, that'll work too. So let me ask you right off the bat, how does it feel, being, royalty for the Riverwalk?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, it's an honor and a privilege just to serve the community of San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
We continue to bring hospitality and awareness to hospitality, but also just to be part of San Antonio. Born and raised, and I think most of us are. It's just a privilege to be able to represent the community in such a way that is beneficial and makes an impact to others.
Where did you go to high school?
Holmes High School.
Oh,
Huskies.
How about you, Melissa? Oh, you're Southside,
I'm
right?
Southside.
That's right.
Born,
You're
raised.
McCollum.
That's right.
That's
Cowgirl.
right.
Sam, where'd you go? Are you from here?
Yeah. Born and raised Alma Heights.
09.
09ers.
Oh,
Yeah, let's go.
See, I'm a Jefferson alum, so I'm
that's
closer to Holmes over here.
Were you a twirler?
I was not a lasso.
Oh, that's what they twirl lasso.
Yeah, that was not a lasso.
You were in a lasso.
I was, I would have been a great football player, but there was this thing called no pass, no play. Yeah, it ruined my dreams. But anyway, I became a class clown, and it worked out. So,
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
So, but no, I think congratulations to all of y'all. I know you guys are doing some great things. Margaret, what are you doing? Get in here.
I know.
It's so
You got
No, that's okay. Come on.
Push this back.
Yeah.
No, you guys need the full floor. You look beautiful.
Sam, do you want to tell them how much we raised and
Yeah,
let them know? Because that we just record
definitely.
breaking.
Oh,
Okay.
record breaking. This
Yes,
is what the group's
historic.
about, just breaking records. Over $100,000 going to about, yeah, I know, here we go.
Wow.
Let's go, yeah.
And you can still donate, guys.
You can,
'cause we
yes.
want to keep raising some funds for scholarships out there.
Exactly, and you got to realize that this stays in San Antonio. St. Philip's, the culinary school there, or UTSA hotel management. So it's homegrown, just like we are. And San Antonio is hospitality. So
Well, y'all are
it's good
representing
stuff.
big time.
Oh,
So
yeah,
congratulations. That's
I'm
awesome.
looking for a new tortilla recipe. So if anybody has,
You know
one,
what?
I'm your tester.
Are
I'll
you
test
sure
whatever.
Don't-
Tamales?
Hey,
No,
don't-
I just
handing them over?
Yeah, don't ask my mom because yeah, no, she should not know how to make tortillas. I mean, they were like, no, seriously, she could not. No, you know how it's supposed to be in circle? She made this like it would look like Texas, Mississippi,
Yeah.
Illinois, it's like, yeah. Oh no, it didn't. It didn't. I'll be honest with you. No, the cats were like, we're good. No, even the dogs are like, no, I'm good. So what's the first thing on y'all's agenda besides Fiesta? I mean, right? Because I guess so. Yeah. Notice how
We're in the right place.
Look at Margaret. Oh, she got the crown, and then all of a sudden, like, so you guys are gonna be. I mean, congratulations on raising that much money. That is so huge.
That is amazing. What efforts. You guys must have worked so hard morning to night.
Melissa had a really cool fundraiser that I went to, and I got opportunity to perform for her crowd when she was running for queen. And I'll be honest, that crowd was a little lively. They were real, right on point. I had one of my best sets in that room. I really did. I was like, it's one of those nights when you know you're on. Oh man, I didn't want to get off. I did not want to get off. I was like, yeah, they're like, I got a babysitter.
You had your kid in the car with
Like, oh yeah, my kid. No, she's not lying. My kid was in the car. He didn't want to get off. He didn't, I was like, he's a teenager. He's like, no, I'm on my phone. And he didn't want to get off. Like, we got food. Come on. And he's like, no, I'm all right, Dad. I'm like, okay, all right. Then CPS came and the rest. No, I'm just kidding.
1-800.
That's right, yeah. So now, do y'all all each have separate medals, or y'all have like any? Did you have to go in and get one Riverwalk medal?
We're individualized, so
Okay.
Sam has one that he used for his campaign. I'll have one that's coming out in a few weeks.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for the reveal party of that. And then
I've got my medal that I made, and then I've got another one that's coming out as well.
Well,
so.
if you have any, because Marty is collecting
two?
medals. Our producer Marty is collecting medals,
Yes,
so
I know.
yeah, so she's gonna need some medals. She's collecting them now.
Good.
We're trying to get her a hobby, and so she's.
Come over.
I was telling everybody. They were asking me if I had any medals. I said I don't, and I'll be honest. I'm kind of medaled out. When I was with the news, they kept every year more and more and more medals to give away. I remember the last year I was there, they had ordered 5,000 medals for me because these things would go like crazy. And I was like, I kid you not. After a while, I was over there chunking them out the window on the highway. Here, whatever,
5,000
I was just a lot.
And nobody wants them after Fiesta. It's like
Let's do the Fiesta medal trades, which some of us went to yesterday.
Oh,
it was
that was
amazing.
fun,
It was so much
right?
fun.
The Metal Maniacs. Let me tell you, the Metal Maniacs are like for real. They are for real.
Yeah, they are there. There's
Man,
some
they're
really
getting
fun-
big.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we have. We're about to close out the show. We have this thing where we do a final thought. Okay. And do you guys? We like to have y'all's final thought. For the day. It could be anything inspiring. It could be anything you want. That's on your. You could tortilla recipe, whatever it could be. It could be whatever you want.
A request for one.
That's right. So if y'all want to go and help us with our final thought. Here, I'll go first. Okay.
All right.
Guys, I want to say, it's been a wonderful, wonderful day here this morning. We had a great time, but But anyway, just wanted to say thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And be kind. Be kind to everybody out there. All right?
All right, Jillian.
Yeah, look, I am born and raised San Antonio, so we can't be lost on us that today we celebrate and honor Selena, March 31st, but also we're on the cusp of kicking off anything and everything Fiesta related. So in that, though, to kind of just anchor on Cleto's message, be kind, be of service to others, and be happy.
There you go.
Yes, and Sam, our king.
Sure. If you're going to do anything, do it big.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
I love it.
Do you have a last one? I'm turning into host all the
I
time.
know, I love it.
Yeah.
Just be safe, and I love the be kind, and I love your message too. Just contribute to the world, yes, in a positive way.
Positive. Yes, everybody. Yeah, pick somebody, and I said this last time, pick somebody you don't know and be kind to that person. Not the person you know. Pick somebody you don't know and be really kind to be nice to them. Do something nice for someone you don't know.
She did for me today, right here.
Look at that.
There you go. All right, guys. With that said, I want to thank all our guests for coming out today. We really appreciate it. Thank you to Valerie. Thank you to our producers. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate
So
you. Have a great day. God
exciting.
bless. We'll see ya. Bye.
Bye, everybody.